Good morning. Welcome back, 10:30 Esville with me, Scott. Got the vertical stabilizer all done. Last time you were here, I think I still had to glue up this area here, which I did, and then I worked the iron around where the hinges go and all that. Not the prettiest thing in the world right here, but you're not going to be able to see it. But it's tricky going around all these little hills and enclaves and stuff. One of them little itty bitty irons would be handy, but I've seen a couple little ones. But this would take. I was just checking out a soldering iron I got to see if it would work, but it got too hot. Checking the temperature on it, got up 300. But if it were going to do about 225 or 250, I would use it in here a little bit. But it ain't going nowhere as it is. Skin nice and tight. I think the last temperature I put on it was 300 degrees. But right there, right where I got done, I heard a crack. Just a little, I don't know. I think it was from this. This is a really, really solid structure that I can't imagine putting on a crack. Because it is fit together well and glued together well. I don't feel nothing loose in it nowhere. I think we're gonna be okay. This does hold the rudder on, so we'll be careful. But anyway, we're gonna put it in the box. And we got a horizontal stabilizer to work on now. Gonna take up a little bit more room. Here's the little thermometer I went and got, a little digital thermometer, Walmart. 15 bucks, I think. Works good. Goes up to 400 or so. New pinking shears are working great. I'm gonna go ahead and put some tape on the bottom. The way this gets wrapped, not gonna be wrapped twice on the bottom like some of them. I cut these little pieces of tape out, a little bit wider than the 2-inch that come on the roll to wrap this trailing edge right here. Then I'll put the skin on. Meanwhile, I need to go over thing right quick. This is another pretty solid structure here. All right, we're ready to start gluing. Alright. Let that dry. I think I'm gonna put a little bit. What about putting some on the tip, but that area's gonna be covered up. I don't think I will. Anyway, we'll let it dry and cut and put on the end pieces. That'll be next. Alright. Now I'm out of glue. Now we'll let that dry. Then we'll tuck it in. Then we'll start covering the horizontal stabilizer. Alright, time to glue up the ends. Okay, you ready? Let's flip this thing over. Use gloves back on. right, we'll let all that dry. Flip it over, do the same, then we're gonna start installing the fabric. But that's gonna be another episode. I am going to take a break for a minute while that dries. We'll start back later on maybe. But there's a lot of little prep work, you know, to getting this thing done. Anything that's worthwhile having, there's a lot of work to it, a lot of effort. We were talking about caring the other day. Caring is an action word. When you care about something, you do something to take care of it, to show that you care for it, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, it's going to take a lot of care to get this covered up right. The bigger they get, the more care I need to put in it. I've done these small items. The next thing we're going to do is, after this, for the two Airelons, then we'll work on the wings. We're going to need a lot more glue, and should have enough fabric. I have another roll of fabric extra, so we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, it's a beautiful day outside. Hope y'all are having one, and you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep looking up, because that's where our savior's coming from. All right, buddy. Take care. See you later.